At least 75% of known fossil fuel reserves must remain in the ground to avoid catastrophic climate change. But not only are fossil fuel companies committed to burning all of those reserves, they're spending billions searching for more. Wrecking the climate in exchange for money is officially the worst business model. Truck nuts, you're off the hook. Every time we read another bowel-loosening article on climate change, it's easy to feel powerless because fossil fuels are so completely integrated into our economy and our politics. But one way people are pushing back is divestment. If you remove investments from the fossil fuel companies, it sends the industry a message in a language it understands, money, that its business model is no longer acceptable. We don't like you anymore. You're losers. And if you're an institution that claims to serve the public interest, it's immoral for you to invest in fossil fuels. It's not in the public interest to wreck the climate, so you shouldn't be profiting from that wreckage. The goal isn't to bankrupt fossil fuel companies. The goal is to disgrace them. And just like tobacco companies, it can eventually lead to them paying for some of the damage they've caused. Tens of billions of dollars have already been divested by colleges and universities, churches, charities, cities, and others. But Canada, shockingly, is lagging. In fact, no Canadian university has fully divested. But it just so happens I have degrees from 2 of those universities. So, to Dalhousie President Richard Florazone, you announced last fall that Dalhousie wouldn't divest, citing your fiduciary duty to generate reasonable risk-adjusted returns. If you want to generate reasonable returns for a living, go work at a bank. Your job is to prepare students for the future, so you need to stop profiting from an industry that is actively working to make that future uninhabitable. I've started a petition for Alumni. The signatories agree to withhold any donations to Dalhousie until you commit to divest. And further, if you haven't changed your position, this fall I'm going to rip up my degree on camera, and I invite others to join me. I've started a similar petition for Queen's alumni. To Queen's principal Daniel Wolfe, you signed a climate change statement of action, recognizing that Queen's has an obligation to demonstrate leadership in areas of community, national, and global importance. Well, here's your chance to demonstrate that leadership. You formed an advisory committee on divestment that's currently deliberating, and they'll give you their decision in the fall. If at that time you choose to side with the fossil fuel industry, I'm throwing a degree-ripping party, and you're not invited.